Hello everybody, it's Sandra from Inspired Keys doing another YouTube live video, and today I am going to share some really actionable tips, and it's all about finger dexterity, finger exercises that will make your fingers more independent. And the reason why we want to do that is so that we can have better control when we play. So this is going to have an impact on the way you play running notes or chords or really anything at all. It's just going to make your playing a whole lot better, and there are just a few actionable tips that I really want to share with you guys. Now these are tips that I picked up from various piano teachers through my many years of piano education, and I apply them in my worship keys playing as well. So now the value of these YouTube live videos is so that you could ask questions as you're watching live, and I will be answering them as I scroll through the chat. Now, if you're unable to catch us live, then leave your comments below, but priority Q&A goes to those who are watching us live. And before I get down to these really actionable tips, first I want to welcome you. If you're watching this live, type into the chat below and let us know where you come from, what's your name, so that I could give you a shout out as the video unfolds later. Also, if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to this Inspired Keyboardist YouTube channel and hit that bell button so that you get a notification every time I come live or every time I post a new video. Now, I also prepared a course called The Ultimate Awesome Sounding Chord Voicings for Worship Keys. So once again, that's called The Ultimate Awesome Sounding Chord Voicings for worship keys. So if you feel that the way you play piano at the moment for worship keys in church, there's something wrong about the sound, it's very likely that you're getting most things right, but you just need to tweak a tiny bit of stuff. So I've created that course. It's a 2-video course, and in that course I've created I am sharing with you specific tips on what you can do to your existing chords so that you can change just a few things, like move one note down or up, and it's going to make a huge difference to the sound, and it will be making your worship keys playing just sounding so much better. So if you really want to watch that, stay tuned, because I'm going to put that live, I'm going to put that on this Saturday, youtube.com/inspiredkeyboardist. So it's all going to be on the YouTube channel this Saturday, so be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on that very, very awesome course. And also, very importantly, the Inspired Keys Academy is a place where you can join to get your worship keys playing up to the next levels, because you not only get to access me and I can answer your questions with priority, I will also be putting in there, I've already put in there the free access to the 31 Days to Better Worship Keyboard Playing ebook, and that book itself is $49, but you can access that for free within the Inspired Keys Academy. And the cool thing is that this whole week I am running discounts on the Inspired Keys Academy, and that's right. So today is where I'm recording from. It's Tuesday, the 8th of May in Melbourne, Australia. And with every passing day this week, the price increases a little bit. So you want to get in early with the Inspired Keys Academy annual membership. So today's discount code is 219. So with just 3 numbers, you key it into the annual membership blank checkout, a discount code blank, you're going to get the whole year's worth of Inspired Keys Academy membership for just $219. So that is an $80 discount. So if you've been wanting to join the Inspired Keys Academy, I want you to get in. I want you to get in at this discounted rate so that you can have your worship keys learning going. You can access all my worship keys courses, you can access the 31 Days to Better Worship Keys Playing ebook, and so much more. You can ask your questions and you can post your videos or audio recordings there so that you can get some real live feedback and get better in your playing. So there are many ways that you can get better in your worship keys playing. So I want to see you there, and all the details are below. Inspired Keys Academy is having a week-long discount. So if you know anyone who's interested to join the Inspired Keys Academy or any worship keyboardists who might be interested, be sure to tell them about the discounts this week. Be sure to tell them about today's video because there are some really actionable tips and I'm about to dive it in right now to share with you. So every time you play some music, if you feel like you're lacking in control, like sometimes you are, especially if you're playing some sort of running figurations, something like along the lines of, right? So you might find that you're playing more like, yeah, like, you know, there's just not enough control. Now, if that's your problem, today's video is going to be really beneficial. So first up, what you can do is, instead of playing regular rhythms like, what I want you to do is to apply dotted rhythms to those notes. And when I say dotted rhythms, I mean instead of, I want you to try. So something like, okay? So when you've done that for a while, you're going to find that when you come back to regular rhythms, it's going to be a little bit smoother and you'll have better control, okay? So it's gonna sound something like, once you've done that, the second thing you can do is to reverse the dotted rhythms. And when you reverse the dotted rhythms, it's, so that would be, okay, when you reverse the dotted rhythms as well, when you play back at the regular rhythm, you're also going to find that, hey, your fingers are able to just get more, better control once you come back to regular rhythms. Now let me see who said hi in this process. This is awesome, awesome. Thank you so much, Katie, for joining us. Now let's go straight on to the next tip. The third thing you can do, instead of just doing dotted rhythms and reverse dotted rhythms, is whatever it is that you have to play, go try and apply soft dynamics, loud dynamics. Soft, loud, soft, loud. Alternate the soft and the loud with every note. So instead of regular, like all same loudness, try so that's soft, loud, soft, loud, soft, loud, soft, loud, soft, loud, soft, loud. And what happens is when you come back to the normal dynamics, you're also going to find that, hey, it is going to sound a little bit better because you've kind of worked out on those fingers. And the next thing you can do also is to reverse the soft and the loud. So once you reverse it, you're going to have loud, soft, loud, soft, loud, soft, loud, soft. So something like, and you're also going to find that, hey, once you do loud, soft, loud, soft, loud, soft, loud, soft, your running passages are also going to sound a whole lot smoother. Okay, so that is a pretty important tip already. There are actually 2 things you do, but you can reverse them, so that makes a total of 4 things you can do. Now, when it comes to practicing in general, because you don't always come to pieces that has all these running notes, this particular piece was more of like Hillsong's In Control bridge section, which is where you have, and you want to be able to play that really smoothly. Well, what if you don't have a piece to play that has all these running notes and you just want to build your finger independence like in general? What you want to do is to practice the Hanon. Now, Hanon is this sort of like dreaded exercise as a piano student for most people because it's quite boring. But even though there's an entire book of the Hanon exercises, I think Hanon exercise number 1 is more than sufficient. Now I'm going to make Hanon exercise number 1 available inside the Inspired Keys Academy. So if you want to join it, remember I'm having a week-long worth of discounts. Join the Inspired Keys Academy, guys. That's going to take your worship keys playing up to the next level. The Hanon exercise is where you actually involve all 5 fingers as you practice. So instead of a scale, like for example, you might think, oh, why can't I just do scales? But when you do scales, you're in effect just using the first 4 fingers most of the time, because that was 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So you've only used finger 5 that one time out of that many number of notes, which is not a fair chance for finger 5 to grow in independence and dexterity. So if you really want to work on all 5 fingers, you need something like the hand-in exercise, which is where you hear this kind of a tune. And that is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2. So it's really alternating between all 5 fingers. So every finger has a very fair chance to get better and stronger. So now what I want you to do is, if you're just starting out, use right hand alone and then left hand alone. But if you're not a brand new beginner, use hand-in but with both hands, and try it first the usual way, which is, and nobody says you gotta be this fast, okay? You can always go much slower, like. And when you play these things, you don't want to just play it for the sake of playing, but your ears are actively listening and critiquing how you play. You gotta make sure that all the notes are played evenly. And by evenly, I mean sort of equal loudness, equal speed. You're not having even the tiniest bit of, yeah, like that's got a bit of like wavering tempo, so you don't want that at all. Neither do you want any note to sort of be a bit louder, like, you know, where you have some notes louder than others. You don't want that as well. You want to just make sure that all the notes are very much the same loudness, the same speed, and that is what we mean by evenness. And that is what, in order to achieve that, you need very good finger control. And in order to have good finger control, you need these finger exercises and techniques in order to help you play better and have all that finger independence and dexterity that you need. Okay, so once you've had the hand-in exercise going, try the reverse. First, the dotted rhythm. So something like. So that would be the dotted rhythm, like this, da 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 da. Okay, that's the first one. The second thing you do is to reverse that. So instead of da 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 da, where it's long, short, long, short, long, you go short, long, short, long, short, long. So start with short first. And so forth. So you've done dotted rhythms, you've done reverse dotted rhythms. Now let's go on to soft, loud alternations. So you could start with soft first. So we're going to start with soft, loud, soft, loud, soft, loud. So when you do that, you will find that your soft and loud, your loud notes are always with the fingers 2 and 4. So then you need to make sure to reverse that. So it's loud, soft, loud, soft, loud, soft. And that way fingers 1, 3, and 5 will get a chance to exercise. So something like. And so forth. Trust me, just doing these 4 alone will make a very big difference. But I feel that you also shouldn't stop there. After you've done the hand-in, you really should also eventually move on to scales. Now scales, like I said, doesn't give the pinky finger a lot of exercise opportunity, but when you play worship keys, you do use scales a lot of the time. So whether it's like as a form of a lick, stuff like that, where you occasionally put in a scale, or maybe you never actually use an entire scale, but you do something like when you have like these fragments of a scale, you're also using your finger technique and dexterity to demonstrate how smoothly you can make that. And when you play them smoothly, you make a really big difference in the worship atmosphere, just making everything sound musically really polished, really strong, really independent with your fingers. And you really want to do that especially with your left hand if you're right-handed, or vice versa, because the weaker hand will also naturally need more time to practice. So what I will definitely suggest is to practice all the scales and all 12 keys. And if you really need some help with that, I've already got a course on all the major scales inside the Inspired Keys Academy, where I show you exactly which fingers to play when and on where, and how to play them smoothly. So that's all about the scales. And finally, my biggest tip is you really got to play it with a relaxed wrist, because if you don't, you're also going to find that your locked wrist gives you a lot of pain. And when you play with a very unrelaxed wrist, it's really going to hurt you. And if it hurts you, you're not going to be able to practice for long. Your brain starts associating pain with playing keys, and you don't like it. And then in the end, it's just, you know, going downhill from there. So when you play, actively, consciously remind yourself, relax your wrist, relax my wrist, relax my wrist. So keep relaxing, making sure that you don't tighten your wrist in any unnecessary way. Like, especially if you're not playing for a moment, relax your fingers completely, because you don't want to waste electricity that way. Waste electricity is sort of an example I use whenever, like, you walk around the house, and if you're not using that room, you turn off the lights in that room. So when you're wasting electricity, if you don't waste electricity, you don't want to waste energy in your fingers and your wrists as well, or even your arms. So guys, there you have it. Let me just do a really quick recap. Whatever it is you play that requires a lot of figurations or running notes, or even if it's just the hand-in or the scales exercises, apply these 4 things. So first, the dotted rhythms, and then the reverse dotted rhythms, and the loud and soft dynamics, and the loud and soft and loud dynamics. You just reverse them, practice them in a very sort of, just go through the motions with it. Just go through maybe about a minute each, just a minute of each of the 4 recommended. And when you come back 4 minutes later, after you've done all 4 of the exercises, you should find that your playing is a whole lot more even. So I really hope that this helped you guys. So I'm now going to quickly look through if anyone has left any questions on the chat. Great, awesome. I can see that a couple of us are watching, and it would be awesome if I could also find out, like, where you guys come from and tell us your name. And also, while I'm waiting for these comments to come in, I'd love to hear, I'd like to remind you that all week long I am running a very special discount on the annual membership of the Inspired Keys Academy, which is really where you get to save, because this week, every day there is a discount, but the discount, the price will climb gradually from Monday to Friday. So if you're watching this and it's only Tuesday where I am, and in fact, depending on the time zone where you come from, it might still be Monday, so you could get that discount. Okay, so get all the discount codes below. You might want to try yesterday's discount code just in case it's still valid, and yesterday's discount code gives you $100 off, and that's 199. Or you could try 219, which gives you $80 off, and otherwise 299 per year membership. So if you want to get it at 219, guys, type that into the discount code and get that discount now. So now I'm just going to look through some of the questions that have come in. Katie says, had a question about the course. Is the money paid in full or monthly? So there are 2 options, guys. When you join the Inspired Keys Academy, you could join the full membership as a monthly membership or the yearly membership. So the monthly is paid monthly, and it's $39 a month. Now, if you pay an annual membership, it is already by default $25 a month. If you work it out by dividing it into 12, because you pay upfront, you get several months for free. But on top of that, I am running a week long of discounts. So that means if you buy it today and you put in the discount code 219, you're gonna get it at $80 off on top of the discounted annual membership price. So Katie, I hope that answers your question. If you have any further questions, just type it in the chat right now, because I want to take some time to make sure I tell you guys the answers. Katie's from LA. That is amazing. I have no idea what time it is over there, but I think it must be yes, awesome. It's awesome having you guys. Man Yin Lam says very helpful. She comes from Hong Kong. Man Yin, awesome having you join us as well. And very good. Emerson Galdino says very good. It's awesome having you here. So guys, go ahead, type in your questions about worship keys. Maybe you were serving on Sunday back when you were in church. Maybe you are preparing for a worship set for this coming weekend. Maybe you have worship keys frustrations in general with like a problem with your playing or technique in relation to finger exercises or independence. Maybe you just feel like you need some lessons. Now the thing about the Inspired Keys Academy that's really cool is that you also get to book me for one-on-one lessons, because I think sometimes the best way to learn is through a live lesson. So we can get on a video chat. Go to inspiredkeys.com/join to find out more about every single perk you get. But when you get one-on-one attention, you can learn that much more, because you get to ask questions, and whatever it is you want to know for this season of your life, you just get the answers in a way that's direct to you. You don't have to spend hours finding it on YouTube, find some free videos out there. You really get that coaching that you've always wanted, and you get to save so much more money as well from having years of hiring a private tutor come to your house or going to a music school, which saves you time, because everything is done online, which saves you the inconvenience of travel or public transport or getting a car or using your gas. Okay, so Katie says, so it's still May 7th here. Whoop, I can still get that $100 off discount. Yes, I just started playing keys 6 months ago. Oh my gosh, that is awesome. Watching your videos helps so much. Hey Katie, you know what? It's awesome. I want to make sure that the Inspired Keys Academy is useful for all kinds of worship keyboardists. And if you are a beginner, a complete beginner, a partial beginner like Katie, who's just been in for 6 months in worship keys zone, which is awesome, and you are so welcome into this world. I hope you don't just play for like a couple months, but all of you who are watching and you're worship keyboardists, I want you to play and enjoy playing for like the rest of your life, really guys. And even my prayer to God is, I hope when I get to heaven, I will continue to serve you on the keys, because when I play, I don't know about you, but I just get these like fireworks in my brain going like, oh my gosh, this is awesome. And I could very well be the happiest person in the entire church, but I'm not sure. But I know that that's how I feel whenever I serve on the keys. Like, that's just how awesome it is. And I want you to have that joy as well. So if you are a complete beginner, just type that into the chat as well, guys, because I know some of you here are watching and, you know, you haven't said hi yet. And I want to make sure that, you know, we all know that you're there. And I want to make sure I acknowledge you. And also, if you guys have any questions about the Inspired Keys Academy, just feel free to ask me right now. So Katie says, I didn't know about patches till I watched your video, which changed the worship at my church in a huge way. Will you review worship essentials too? Thank you so much for suggesting that. I could. You're actually the very first person to ask me that question, but I think that I could very well do that. So if you have other worship keys, like main stage patch questions as well, like ask them to me, and I'm gonna look into preparing to share about this in upcoming YouTube live videos. Also, I will be going live many other days this week. I'm going to put the schedule in the description box below, and I want you to make sure that you jump on to the live videos that I'm doing. Tell people in your worship team about these live videos, because I want to make sure I answer all of your questions. So whatever it is your worship team, worship keyboardists are struggling, maybe there's a whole bunch of new people, maybe there are people who don't know main stage stuff and you want to jump onto the tech side of stuff. Maybe you feel like people are just all like classically trained and then they come in with these classical sounding stuff, but everything needs to have a more contemporary and rock, not rock, but sometimes rock or pop sound to it. That's what the Inspired Keys Academy is for. It's really just training worship keyboardists so that we all have like this amazing worship atmosphere in every church under the sky. So go ahead, share about this YouTube channel, share about the Inspired Keys Academy, and don't miss the week long of discounts, guys, because that's it. I'm running this discount this week and maybe a while before I run any further discounts. And so guys, I really hope you find this video helpful. I look forward to speaking with you in the comments below, but if you want priority Q&A and one-on-one lessons, and you can even request for courses that I can create, then Inspired Keys Academy is the place to go. inspiredkeys.com/join is the link where you can find all the benefits you get. Don't forget, you also get the 31 Days to Better Worship Keys Playing ebook, and don't forget the week-long discounts. It's going to expire on Friday, guys. How often are the one-on-ones? So Katie, this is what happens when you join as a member. You also get a link on booking my schedule. So I've already put in all my available dates and times. So you just have to go in there and book the lesson based on your availability as well. And at this stage of the Inspired Keys Academy, you can book as many lessons as you like, spread out over a period of time so that you also have some time to practice, because we don't want to just make sure that you have 1,000 lessons, but there's also the need to practice, guys. So good. I hope I answered your questions. Look forward to hearing from you in the comments below or seeing you in the Inspired Keys Academy. Ajit says, what styles do you teach? So this entire channel is all about worship keys playing. So I guess you could say the styles I teach will be worship keys style. Now, of course, there are many kinds of worship music as well. There's the traditional hymns. There are Catholic music. Like, Catholic music is beautiful. I've been to some Catholic services, but not really from like hymnal stuff. So what we typically do in this YouTube channel, and if you just go through some of my old videos, you will see that I mostly do lots of music that's more from the contemporary kind of worship setting, whether it's music from Bethel worship or Hillsong or Planet Shakers or Elevation. These are the kinds of worship that we are talking about, guys. So I guess we can call it contemporary worship style. Not so much gospel, because there are already tons of awesome gospel worship music channels out there and teaching you guys how to play gospel styles. And yep, so my channel really offers a lot of tips on playing contemporary worship styles music. So if you have any further questions, just key them in here, but I am about to sign off if there is no one else asking questions. I look forward to seeing you inside the Academy, guys. Take care. And Katie says, I'd love if you could ever make videos on how to use patches with certain worship songs, if possible. Okay, so Katie, at this point, I actually want to point you out to go to sundaysounds.com, because David at sundaysounds.com, we're not affiliates, but he's a friend of mine and he makes song-specific worship patches. So if, for example, you're trying to play like Look, Oh, we look to the sun, or whatever specific song you have that you guys are singing in church, and you want a specific patch for that song, I know he makes them specifically for those songs. So those patches already come with sounds that are great for the song, that are default for the song. Yeah, so go check that out, sundaysounds.com. If possible. How am I? Oh my gosh, cool. Your name's David too. Yeah, but David Faltzgrave is the name of the guy from sundaysounds.com. Gotcha, we'll look him up. Awesome. Yeah. So go check him out. That's his specialty. But my specialty is, even if you don't have the patch, or you're singing a song that's rare and no one really sings, and you feel like, you need the skills to play it, like what exactly you should play. How do you play by ear? How do you improvise? How do you make things sound good, or create and invent riffs in the interlude or in the endings of songs? That's what my channel will be offering you. So alrighty guys, I look forward to answering more questions in the comments below. So if you think of any more and you're watching this, just type them at the comments below, and I look forward to seeing you inside the Inspired Keys Academy. Alrighty guys, take care, and I'll see you in tomorrow's YouTube live video. Tomorrow I will be on at 10 a.m. Melbourne time, which is just like today. So wherever you come from, I'll see you again tomorrow in about 24 hours from right now as we speak, and you could ask me more questions then. Remember, live Q&A attendees have their questions answered first, so I hope to see you during tomorrow's live Q&A, and also ask your questions so that I can think about how to reply them in upcoming videos as well. And share about this channel, share about the Inspired Keys Academy and the discounts that are happening this week with your worship team, guys. Take care, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye!